I'm Isabel.
I'm Libby.
And we have been working on the library, the mural project at the Vaatjie School. So the Vaatjie School is located close to Cape Town. There are about 200 students at the school, and between the ages of 5 and 13. So the problem is that the school is not physically attractive. It's not appealing at all for the kids, and especially there are 2 bathrooms that are not, like, they're very miserable according to Tamarin, and there's also a library that is not used. They use it for storage right now, so they just store a lot of stuff. So
it's basically a room with like cubbies on one wall.
Yeah, like,
it's not really a library like we would think with like shelves, but
and then there are like tons of desks like everywhere, so they can't really use it. And then the buildings outside are very boring. We will see them later in this presentation. And overall, I think that the kids in South Africa, they drop out of high school very early. A lot of them do, and you know, if they can't even go into the library and read a book, it's not encouraging at all. So we think that is a problem.
Tamarin had mentioned at one point that their creativity isn't there because they're not surrounded by things that can like spark their creativity. So when you're surrounded by just like plain walls and stuff, you don't really think about like anything. But imagine if they were in a library and they see like beautiful colors and like a picture of something, then they could let their imagination like run wild and, you know, just be more creative, and
yeah, because now it's
which
very
help their learning process.
So the past couple of weeks we've been working on this, and we've been thinking about like how we can make it a better place. So we have the bathrooms, we have the library, and we have the buildings outside. So in the murals, we're gonna basically, that's on the buildings outside, so that's over there. We're gonna have the kids do like handprints, and we're gonna try to make it like a rainbow shape of it. So in like tons of different colors. So the building outside will look prettier than it does now. And in the library, as we said, we're gonna organize. We're gonna try to get all like the desks and the chairs and stuff that should not be there right now. We are going to try to get everything out unless we need it. And we're also going to paint the shelves and possibly paint the walls too. And we might even put like inspirational words or like quotes or something on the walls. Either we would paint it or we would like customize stickers that Tamarin talked about. We can customize stickers that we could put on the walls. And we are considering buying bean bags as well, if it wouldn't be too expensive. We kind of know the price of it, but if we find like a good deal, we would probably do that, just because it would make it nicer in the library for the kids.
Chairs or bean bags?
Oh, chairs.
Oh yeah.
Some place to sit so that they can be comfortable, and it'd be like
yeah.
a place they'd want to go and be like, oh, let's go sit in the bean bags and read a book instead of having it this.
And also the bathrooms. There is a guy's bathroom and a girl's bathroom, so we're gonna paint in there. We might even put some stickers up there too, or quotes and stuff.
Tamarin had mentioned that she wanted to put vinyl stickers on the wall, which is something that would be an application in the whole process. So we were thinking that we could just paint words or paint pictures or something that would make them more interested both in the library and in the bathroom, because from what we know of what Tamarin has told us, the bathrooms are just really awful and
just very boring.
Yeah, so just trying to make it more interesting as possible.
Yeah. So, and supplies. So the brushes, we're gonna buy brushes and roller like for painting, and paint buckets for the paint, tape, bead bags, and plastic to protect the floor, and vinyl stickers. And all that we can actually get close to Cape Town, or we have a few stores I've been looking into. We have Plascon, I think it's called, Amica, and we have a few more stores that sells everything. The world map curtain, we actually just ordered it a few days ago, so it should be delivered, so we're gonna bring that with us when we go down to South Africa. And ladders, when we paint, they have they have 2 of them there, so they will provide us with that.
And the reason why we needed that map She had told us that when she originally talked to us that their creativity isn't very big, their imaginations and stuff. She also said that a lot of them don't know a lot of the world. Like if you ask, you could ask them something about like American pop culture, they might know that, but if you showed them a map and asked where America was, they wouldn't know. So we originally wanted to paint a map of the world on one of the murals, but that was just going to take too long, be way more too complicated. And so Tamron mentioned that she wanted to put up curtains in the library anyway, so we figured that we could add those two together and make it a map. And this one actually says, like, it outlines all the countries and says what country is what, and so we think it could be educational, and it was just a few dollars.
Yeah, it could be fun for them to look at it and learn.
Okay, so for the budget, this was also really hard to figure out. And also, with talking with Tamron, she said that she's trying to get Plascon Paint to donate the paint to us. But just in case, we looked it up, and she mentioned she suggested to get 2 liters of each paint color. And we found out that 5 liters of paint is about 500 Rand, which is about $55, a little less. So we figured $22 per 2 liters. And then we figured we would get 2 liters for each of the 6 colors of the rainbow, and then extra blue to paint the boys' bathroom, and then a pink and a black for like outlining or the inspirational words. So that would be 18 liters. It's about $200. We're hoping that we can get that donated there, but just in case. And then everything else, we looked at the prices in America in Home Depot and then added a few dollars because we don't know what the conversion is and if things are priced more or anything. So we figured we would get about 6 brushes and 2 rollers because there aren't going to be more than 6 people probably helping out painting, which we figured would be about $30. Plastic to cover the floor so that it doesn't get ruined. The like medium size of it that we found was about $25. Paint like trays or buckets are like $1 each, so we figured 1 for every color or every few colors, $10. And then the bean bags, Tamron had told us that they're 200 Rand each, which would be about 20 each, and we figured they're pretty big, but if you wanted to put like a whole class in there, and I mean they're little kids, but we figured probably about like 4 of them, so it'd be about $80 each. And then just for additional costs that might be needed and might not be needed, we wouldn't know, it would just be like plastic gloves in case you don't want to get your hands stained, and then tape if we wanted to make the sides clean. We just figured an extra $20, so the total cost would be about $365.
And we tried to look up the prices online from one of the stores in South Africa, but we were not really able to find it anywhere, so that's why we looked at the prices here instead.
Okay, so our schedule, we probably aren't going to have anyone from the community helping us, so we would be Quinnipiac students, us who are going, except for the mural, where we're going to try to have kind of like an organized chaos, because it'll be hard, but we're going to try to have like an assembly line where we have the kids come in and someone paint their hand, someone help them put their hand on, and then someone else clean their hand off and make it as fast as possible, as easy as possible. So the schedule would be on Friday, we're going to be cleaning out the library, laying down the sheeting and painting the shelves so that those can dry by Monday, which is when we're going to put the books in, add the curtain, add any art we want to put on the walls. And then, so for the day in between of those where we're waiting for the library to dry would be the day where we're going to paint the bathrooms and add inspirational quotes there. And then on Monday, after we add in everything in the library with the books and everything, we're going to also be doing the mural, which hopefully won't be taking too long if we organize it well. Some challenges would just be, like everyone's saying, we haven't been there yet, we haven't seen it, so we don't know exactly how big the rooms are and how, as we said before, the library is being used as storage right now, and so we would have to figure out, Tamron said that it's mostly desks, so we would probably put these desks in other classrooms, hopefully, but, you know, figuring out where everything in there is going to go, and then just organizing once we get there, because we've never seen it, and then Working with the kids is probably going to be a challenge because there's a language barrier, and then depending on how many classes there are, we'd have to figure out like maybe one age is a color. And little kids, it's hard for them to listen anyways, so that would be a challenge getting them to know. And then weather permitting for the mural. Most of ours, if it was raining, it would be fine, but for the mural outside, we don't want all the little kids waiting up and getting all wet if it's raining. So how we're gonna measure our success would be to see if we actually accomplish what we set out to do. And then the reactions of the kids, I think, would be a good way to figure out if we completed this well or not. If they're excited to go to the library, which right now they're not excited to read books or anything, but if we make them a more exciting library and a place where they actually want to go and would be excited to go, we think that they would be more interested in learning and wanting to actually go to school and go to this fun new book room. And then we can also ask Tamara to see how they're liking it in the upcoming months.
Restrictions, so we have to stick to our plan. We can't go paint in other rooms or anything. And we need to think about what they would like to have in the rooms and what we think will be best for them and not what we think is better. And we also talked about the weather when we're painting out or when we're doing the murals outside.
So long-term goals would just be to have a place that's sustainable, someplace that like we don't want it to start chipping or anything. We want it to look good for the years to come, and then a place just where kids want to learn and want to go, and ultimately have them, I mean it's a long shot, but have them stay in school longer because they would be interested in staying in this school and they would like it, and if it makes them read more, then maybe they would enjoy reading and enjoy learning more.
And we hope to be able to inspire them to be more creative too, to kind of show them what you can do when, you know, painting and stuff, like, because they have never, we talked about that earlier in class too, and they don't really know how to be creative, so we hope to be able to inspire them. So, yeah, as much as we can. Yep.
Hey, my first question, can you actually just go back to one of the, pick one that has the libraries, anyone you want.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Question, is there any...
Doesn't matter which one? Okay.
Actually, schedule, keep on the schedule.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you have the schedule up there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to have to prep the wall that has the mural? Are you going to have to paint either a white background or like the color of the outside of the walls are like beige? Are we going to have to spend time and money and paint to prep that wall, wait a couple days, and then I see that you have the library and toilets on Friday and Sunday. How does the weather play into this as well?
Well, I think they want us to keep it as simple as possible, or that's what we've been told. So I don't think they even want us to do any background or anything like that. They just want us to basically go straight to it and do the murals. And
we figured we got white paint in case we needed that, but we were thinking like, if we needed to, if there's not enough place for handprints, we could even make like clouds on the side with white handprints so that they would be able to see it on the brown background.
Do you know about how many kids and are you going to have to stencil out like a place where they would put their hands?
Yeah, we're going to have to stencil that out. But
so we need to organize that well.
As long as she said there's about 200 kids, so as long as we figure out like which kids are going to do what color and what classes are going to do each color, we can just hopefully get that done in about an hour, and then we can stencil it out before that because we have more than enough time.
So like not all of them are coming at the same time. We're gonna first one class, and then I think that she said that like the oldest kids will come first, and then or something like that in an order basically. So it will be, classes.
Questions?
I have a question. There's like gonna be like is this the place we went to school? There's a lot of kids, and did you ever think of like? I know the beanbag chairs seem like a great idea, like they're going to be a lot of fun stuff, but there's 200 kids, and if you have 3 beanbag chairs, it's going to be mayhem, because they go nuts. Like for us, when you guys get there, you're going to love it. They like go all over you, and it's like just a lot of fun. But did you ever think maybe like a schedule for the beanbag chair, or to like kind of have Tamara like help them like realize that they have to share and stuff, because they're just gonna go crazy.
Well, we figured, I don't know about those first few days when they're just going for the first time, it might be hard to share, but we figured that if they're staying in their classroom for most of a class day, I don't know that when, I know it's probably different than when I was in elementary school, but we would have like scheduled library time. So if they figured that out in their classes, like a time where they could all go, and they had like a few beanbag chairs, and it'd only be like one class of 25 kids, it would be a little bit.
And maybe that seems like a little, but I feel at least it's something, and you know,
We were also,
that's true. A schedule is good though.
before
Yeah.
we got like the price of beanbag chairs and actually knowing, that's still
Yeah.
like iffy if we're gonna do
Yeah.
that or not, but we figured maybe like cheap pillows or something, just
Yeah.
a place for them to sit and read.
Because they don't have that now at all. So
How many kids are coming out at a time, did you say?
and then, like one class outside.
Uh-huh.
We don't know how many kids that are actually in one class, but maybe how many?
We were just thinking class by class.
Yeah, so maybe.
So we'd be like,
I don't know.
the
Maybe they were
5-year-olds.
like, I don't know how many they are, but if they were like 20 or something, like 30, I don't know. But they would come out class, yeah, wise basically.
Just because, when we went to this, was it like a school, I don't remember. No, when we gave them a sticker, we gave like kids stickers.
Right.
And they like went nuts, like they
Yeah.
were all over us, like I couldn't even move. So, they're gonna be really, really excited.
Yeah.
So just like take into consideration, like how you're gonna organize it and how
Yeah.
you're gonna like make
Right.
them calm, you know?
Mhm.
yeah.
And I really like your map idea because when we were there, they couldn't believe we were like from America. They were like, "You're American" and stuff. And if you guys could incorporate like where you guys are from, like compared to where they're from, like on the map, I think that would be really cool, just so they can get like a perspective.
Yeah, I actually thought of that. We didn't put it in here, but I was thinking about putting like a star or something where
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
Quinnipiac is, and then where they live, and
like,
show them
the
how
line
far
there.
it is.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Emily, did you have a question? That's
Yeah.
right.
But this totally might not happen, but just have you thought about, if there's possible like graffiti or vandalism on like the outside of the school option?
We haven't thought
No,
of
we
that,
have
but
not
Tamron
thought of
just
that.
sent us pictures of the wall that
Yeah.
we're going to be using, and it didn't have anything on it.
Yeah, so.
Meg?
With the library, I was just wondering inside, how many books and supplies do they have? Because I was wondering if you got in contact with the city and saw if people wanted to donate books or like supplies or something like that.
They actually have a lot of books already. We asked Tamron about that because we thought maybe we can even bring down some or go buy some or donations, but she told us that they have enough
And
books.
she's doing a book drive right now,
Yeah.
and it's going to go for the next 2 weeks until we get there.
Also with like sort of with the bean bags and stuff, since they'll be sort of sitting on the floor, what about rugs? Like you remember as kids they would have designs on them. Are there any like colorful rugs that have people can play on them sort of thing that you
That's
could
true.
probably find instead
Oh, okay,
of bean
yeah.
bags? Sort of you can I don't know.
That's a
Yeah,
good
that'd
idea.
be
No,
a
that's
good
a really,
idea
really good
to look
idea.
for.
Yep.
We'd have to look for
absolutely.
it there and see if there's anything.
Yeah. And I think we forgot to mention, but this has not been done at this school before, what we're doing now, so, yeah.
Have you seen it done at any other schools? Like have you talked to any teachers or advisors? Like when we went, we talked to Terry Johnson, who actually went to Costa Rica and did like a playground similar to what we were doing, so we were able to bounce ideas off of her.
Oh,
So have you learned anything like from?
No, we
Not
haven't
from
talked to
not
anyone
from
that has-
Quinnipiac, but I think it is a common thing to do at other schools or volunteer trips. But we haven't talked to anyone else about it. But yeah.
Any other questions from the peanut gallery? Good, very nice. Nice job, ladies.